The Ekurhuleni municipality is today holding a petition, and these are public hearings in Vosloorus on the East Rand of Johannesburg. The petitions process offering an opportunity for residents of Ekurhuleni to lobby the local government officials directly about the service delivery challenges. Now, the public participation process will see Ekurhuleni residents raise issues of housing, access to service and land. More importantly, people wanting land in order to build themselves homes. Let's speak to our senior reporter, Mohlaoli, who has been monitoring this story for a while now. Tumaole, very good morning to you. So, the issue around housing, it has been a major one, not just for community members, but for government as well, because they will say we give out RDP houses only for locals to rent out these homes and still go back to live in their shack dwellings. Is that possibly going to be part of this conversation?
Well, Koli, that's certainly going to be part of the conversation in terms of government trying to understand what seems to be informing this type of behavior, what seems to be informing all types of behavior, and including also the issue of how land management. There seems to be a problem there with the PA system. Okay, I think we've got that under control now. It's a little bit of a problem with the PA system, but as I was saying, Koli, so government is out here, and this process under the auspices of the Gauteng legislature as well will be to seek from residents themselves to hear what kind of solutions would work for them, because it seems in some cases when government does make interventions which are within its scope of responsibility and what is demanded of government, it does not necessarily meet the needs specifically of the residents in terms of spatial planning, access to services, access to economic opportunities. But let's hear more from Ekurhuleni. He's the chairperson of the Provincial Petitions Committee. How does this process actually work? Do residents bring their problems to you, or do you call on them to try and hear what you have in terms of offerings?
Good morning to you and your viewers at home. Well, maybe just to unpack the process is that it's two-folded. On the one part, we encourage residents to take an opportunity to write petitions and submit them with us such that we can process them and intervene on their behalf. But as you can see this morning, we're in Vosloorus, and part of the objectives of this session is really just to facilitate public education in ensuring that our people are much more aware that actually there is a process that they may leverage to be able to, register their grievances, to make, written submissions such that those can be considered.
All right. Now, registering of grievances is one thing, but what about the turnaround time in terms of those grievances being serviced or being, attended to their satisfaction? In the past, there has been complaints that residents have brought grievances forth, except when they do, they are either met with indifference, or it seems as if those services or those grievances are not attended to timelessly.
Well, fortunately, because we are governed by a legislative framework which we refer to as the Petitions Act, it prescribes time frames for that. So upon receipt of a petition, we would then refer to a relevant authority. So it could be a provincial department, it could be a specified municipality, and they are allocated 20 working days within which to respond to that petition. Of course, with an extension of another 10 days. So in total, you would find that we are giving them 30 days within which they are expected to respond back on that petition. But in instances where that may not be possible, we are endued with powers to subpoena, anyone, person that is associated with that specified authority. So it could be a subpoena, for the premier to appear before the committee. It could be an MEC appearing before the committee. It could even be a mayor. It could even be, an HOD of a department appearing before the committee. But I think the one thing that needs to be appreciated is that much as there may be, written requests, that there may be, petitions, it might always not be possible that government deliver on specified, requests. So it could be a request for a school to be built. Obviously, that may exceed, the 30 days. It might be something that is subject to, departmental planning processes, including your budgetary planning processes. So it might actually far exceed those turnaround times.
No, thank you for that, and we will not hold up the process much longer. That was Ezra Little, the chairperson of the Petitions Committee. And so we will wait to hear exactly what kind of requests, demands, complaints, and even other petitions residents here will be bringing. If I could just take one moment and ask my colleague Barbara just to show you the lay of the land, so to speak. You can see that the community is out here, residents, some dressed in their traditional attire, taking full advantage of this moment to get to engage directly with their provincial government. And this is, local government in action. This is what's supposed to happen. And so we will be keeping a close eye on this to give you exactly how it unfolds and what needs to happen. What's encouraging, as Mr. Letwalo said, is that 90-day turnaround time is the deadlines that have been set in terms of addressing those petitions. We will wait to see if that is possible. Some of these residents are saying that they've been waiting for years to get their grievances addressed and adhered to. So this is the process, and this is the situation as it stands from Vosloorus. With that, it's back to you in the studio, Toli.
Looking forward to the content of those discussions there. Tumaole will give us the latest as the day progresses.